Stephen, this week Micron broke ground on a massive new memory production facility in Boise, Idaho. DRAM is entering a down cycle and it's a long term market. So whatever goes up, it's going to come down eventually, right? At least as far as semiconductor manufacturing is concerned. Micron's US move matches the moves by SK Hynix with their expansion in South Korea, ensuring that these two countries will lead the production of next generation memory chips. Stephen, what does this say about the future of the IT industry now that we're seeing these expansion plans coming up?
Yeah, the memory industry is remarkably cyclical, and I think that that's the important thing to keep in mind. You'll see periods where memory DRAM prices will go up and up and up, and then you'll see them coming down and down and down. And this affects the major memory producers, Samsung, SK Hynix, Micron, dramatically because it causes the basically the margin on their products to rise and fall, independent really of the production costs. At the same time, just like other semiconductor manufacturing, the cost of entry and the barriers to entry just keep going up. So in RAM, we're using EUV, extreme ultraviolet, and DUV, deep ultraviolet technology to manufacture these chips on a scale that is somewhat different from the sort of nanometer scales that you've heard from companies like Intel or TSMC. The current state of the art for memory is really quite different, and the manufacturing technology is really quite different as well. So this is a different semiconductor world, but in order to be part of that world, you have to invest a lot of money. And essentially, what this is and what's happening right now is that within the last month, both SK Hynix and Micron have basically put their money on the table and said, we are, anteing up for the next generation of memory chips. And everybody, I think, expects Samsung to do the same. Maybe there will be other entrants, but essentially, if you don't do this, if you don't ante up, if you don't build out a new fab, if you don't procure the next generation equipment, and if you don't do the R&D, then you're not going to be part of that next wave of memory technology and memory build out. So essentially, that's what we've got here. We've got two big companies, SK and Micron, saying, yep, we're in for the next generation. And their financials are going to look bad for a little while they weather the storm, the inevitable trough of DRAM pricing. And then the next generation of technology will come out and the fabs will come online and they will rake in the dough again. And what does this mean for the entire industry? Well, quite simply, it means there's going to be a next generation of DRAM. And there's going to be another generation beyond that, and another and another. In fact, Micron has already showed their technology roadmap out for a decade. And they're basically saying, yep, we're here, we're doing this. And yeah, that's good for everybody. So, really, all I can say is, it's nice that this is happening in the U.S. It's also happening in South Korea, and I think that this is a good sign for the future of the DRAM market.
Yeah, I would agree with you there, Stephen.